Hey guys, welcome back to WD18, the Watford fans channel. It is me, Shane, here for another preview. This time, the Golden Boys head to Loftus Road on Friday night in the 5th round of the FA Cup to face QPR in what is a 7:45 kickoff. As always, with these previews, before we get into the main preview, let's have a bit of a recap in regards to our last game, which was a much welcome 1-0 win at Vicarage Road against Everton. The only goal of the game being scored by Andre Gray, and what a goal it was as well. The build-up play for that was fantastic, especially that flick on by Craig Cathcart, majestic, really. A game, of course, with the whole backdrop of the Marco Silva saga. Marco Silva returning to Vicarage Road for the first time as Everton boss. Let's just say he got what he deserved, really, on the day by way of the atmosphere and everything. Not a great performance, really, from Watford, but a game where I think every single fan wanted 3 points, and we got the 3 points. As I said, Cathcart, I thought he played really well. Maps as well was immense at the back. And Gray turning up with the goal having come on at half-time as well. He changed the game. As I say, not the best performance, but 3 points, and that was the most crucial thing about Saturday. We now, of course, move on to this preview, and what a game this is going to be. Friday night, under the lights of at Loftus Road, I was about to say Vicarage Road, at Loftus Road, FA Cup 5th round. It's the tie that I wanted. Of course, QPR played Portsmouth in the last round. It had to go to a replay, begging Portsmouth to not go through. Just with the whole hassle and everything, and quite frankly I wanted a London away day, and we've got one. QPR is the away day I wanted. Some of you may have heard this story many times, but I will say it again for those who haven't. I live in a place in northwest London called Uxbridge, which is full of QPR supporters. All love giving us Watford fans, and a lot of Watford fans that live in the area love giving us quite a lot of stick for that as well. Of course, we've had a lot of clashes with them down the years. Of course, in the Championship, I remember a few seasons ago, of course, the 3-1 win at Loftus Road, courtesy of goals, two from Danny Graham and a goal from Jordan Much. I remember being at Loftus Road, I think it was the 13-14 season. It may well have been for the 2-1 win when Mateus Renegi scored for Watford. Remember him? And of course, 2 goals that day from Joey Barton and Charlie Austin, giving QPR a 2-1 win. Varying kind of fortunes as well against them, and of course one game that really does stand in my mind was the 2-0 defeat of Vicarage Road, I think back in 2011. Adel Tarapt and ex-Hornet Tommy Smith scoring the goal there as well. Tommy Smith going off celebrating in front of QPR fans really pissed me off that day. And yeah, and as a result of that, QPR fans have always like giving out a little bit of friendly banter towards us Watford fans, and this is a big game. This is a typical Championship kind of clash. Let's start off with some team news though for the Hornets, and 2 big bits of team news. Sebastian Prodl and Roberto Pereira are back in full training, and this of course leaves Javi with a bit of a dilemma as to whether or not to actually play them. Pereira of course unavailable for the game against Everton. Prodl's been out long term for a while now, but they're both back and in contention to start on Friday night. Only 2 injuries for Watford are Isaac Success and Kiko Femenia. Kiko, I think from his perspective, very disappointing. I expected him to be back for the Everton game. Matt started out there, but the 2 of them are still out. So that is literally the team news for Watford. Let us get into a predicted lineup then. Very difficult to kind of do on this week. I'm not sure what Javi's thinking. From my perspective, I want to see us go as close to full strength as possible. I know that's going to be very difficult. I do think Javi will make, I would say, maybe 3 to 4 changes, maybe. I'm not sure. Ultimately, we've done very well in the cup competitions with a changed side, but I can't see that happening. I think that the deeper we get into this competition now, and we'll all be looking at the draw that took place in the last round. It's really starting to open up now for Watford, and touch wood, if we can get a result on Friday night, this could be really promising for us. Start off in goal. Ben Foster's done so well for us this season, saved us countless times. But I could just see Aurelio Gomez coming back into the starting 11. The cup goalkeeper, it'd be nice to see him again. The back four for me, Daryl Janmaat will start at right back, of course, as Kiko is injured. Potentially even Mark Navarro as well out there, but I'm going to go with Daryl Janmaat. Centre-backs, Craig Cathcart starts for me, no question in my mind. Christian Kabasele as well alongside him. I do think Mouts will be rotated out. And Holebas at left-back as well. Some people will, of course, note that he picked up his 10th yellow card against Everton. He has to see a 2-match ban, but that only can be served in the Premier League. So he'll miss the games against Cardiff and Liverpool, meaning he's eligible to play on Friday night if Harry chooses to. And I think Harry probably will, given the chances are Adam Messina will come in for those 2 away games in the Premier League. Moving on to the midfield, I would start Domingos Quina in there. I think this is an ideal chance for him. To get some more minutes under his belt. I think alongside him, I would start Abdoulaye Doucouré. Nothing against Etienne Capoue. I just want somebody else to come into that midfield. I think it's an ideal game for Quina up against Championship opposition. Very physical battle though, and I think someone like Doucouré will definitely help him out. I think on a Friday night under the lights against Championship opposition, I think Doucouré could well be crucial to our team performance, I would say. Again, nothing against Capoue. Elsewhere in the midfield, I think on the right-hand side, I put Will Hughes. He started there, started a lot of our cup matches on the right-hand side. Definitely give him the chance, I think, to do that again. I think he'd definitely benefit from more action in there as well. It's maybe not his best position, but I can't see Javi necessarily tweaking the formation. Elsewhere, left-hand side, I'd probably go with Roberto Pereira. He's back fit again, and he's missed the last 2 home games through injury. I think it makes sense for Javi to maybe put him in there. Comparatively, maybe less quality in our opposition, and hence I think Pereira will get a lot of joy on that left-hand side. Up top for me, I go for the tried and tested 2 up top: Andre Gray and Troy Deeney. For me, it's as simple as that. Of course, there's always a shout that Peñaranda could well start, could well come off the bench. I'd very much welcome that. You could even see Peñaranda out on the left-hand side as well, which is another potential option for Javi. So lots and lots of different dilemmas really for Javi in regards to that. So it'll be interesting to see the kind of team he really does put out. Interesting also to see the bench as well that Javi goes with. Let us now actually go on and talk a little bit about our opponents on Friday night, and they are Queen's Park Rangers. Quite simply, of course, having recorded this on the night of the second batch of Championship fixtures this week, QPR currently sit in 18th place with 39 points. The last 5 games haven't been great either. They've lost 3, won 1 and drawn 1 game as well. Of course, the game that they have won was, of course, the replay against Portsmouth. One of the losses came, of course, on Tuesday night when they lost to Bristol City, 2-1 on Ashton Gate. They lost 4-3, what was a thrilling game at Loftus Road on Saturday against Birmingham City as well. So the team seems to have very much a hoofball tactic, just work the ball up to their main man, Matt Smith. And I think that will be a bit of a threat. That's kind of the reason why I'd start Cathcart on Friday night, because I think he'd be able to deal with that, deal with a lot more of the aerial balls coming into him. Tom Ahmed and Naki Wells are 2 strikers that QPR did sign, I believe, over the summer. I believe Naki Wells was there actually back end of last season as well. And again, Naki Wells, a guy who's got a goal in him. Tom Ahmed, a guy who gave us a pretty torrid time at Brighton last season when we went down to the Amex and lost 1-0. So I remember constantly putting balls into the box, Brighton, for Tom to try and get something on. Sometimes he did, sometimes he didn't. It'll be interesting to see, though, the kind of team that they kind of go for. Obviously, they played on Tuesday night. They rested a few players. But you'd expect a full-strength side, really. A couple of QPR fans that I do know have said to me, look, we've got nothing to lose in this game. It's a draw that they're really looking forward to. It's a game that they're really looking at and that they're up for. But their season hasn't been great. And this could be a potential spark for what could be, number one, a very good cup run for them, but also a very exciting end of the season. Because as I said, guys, they're sitting in 18th. They're not going to go down. They've got nothing to play for in the Championship. Quite simply, though, from a Watford perspective, and I don't make any kind of qualms, and I don't mean to mince my words when I say this, we should beat them. We should be beating them comfortably. They're 18th place, as I say, in the Championship, guys, and we can't really afford to be slipping up. If we want to go on a cup run, we have to be beating sides like QPR. If we want a shot at the top prize, we need to be beating sides like QPR. I'm expecting it to be a very physical, very tasty game, as I said. It'll be interesting to see, as I say, the kind of team that Javi puts out there, really. It really will be, because it'll be it'll be a big indication as to how seriously we really are taking it as fans. I said this at the start of the season, even, you know, I really want a cup run. Whatever happens, I think we can all agree that this is going to be a really good cup tie. So as always, come on, Yawns.